One of the things we need to understand about the theology that was planted in this soil, if you will, by the early settlers, is that they did not deem the native people as having anything spiritually worthy of keeping. The Virginia charter, the Connecticut charter, all the early charters that were sent from England over here, basically establishing the colonies, all said that they had a mission to, and then they would say like the savages or the heathen and things like that. So the assumption was already that God is not here, that God is only present with us. And so what we need to do then is teach them our religion and get rid of any sort of cultural baggage or spiritual beliefs. In fact, they would often say, even missionaries would often say that they follow the devil, that they're devilish beliefs, that they follow Satan, etc., etc. And so everything Native American then had to be expunged. Even some of the most well-known theologians of the Puritans, like Cotton Mather, for example, who after the massacre of a peaceful Pequot village, and it was horrendous, the gore that was involved on this, that was inflicted on this peaceful Pequot village, and it was really probably one of the earliest battles between settlers and native people, but it was really not a massacre. You have Cotton Mather defending it later, saying that, you know, some people would ask, like, why should we massacre women and children, but Scripture declareth it to be okay, basically. And that sort of zeitgeist, that underpinning of that ethos, which would later be exposed as manifest destiny, that has been present from the very beginning, from the first settlers who set foot on the continent, because they felt they were superior to the native people who were here already. And so as native people heard this, they were already very spiritual. They were people who understood that God is powerful, that God is love, that they had personal experiences and even covenants with God. There were ceremonies based on those covenants. There were stories built around those. And in particular, we all have our covenant story of the land that was given it to us for so long ago. It's sort of like that verse in Acts 17, 26 and 27, where it says, from one man he created every ethnos or nation, so that they might reach out and find God. And so those places God placed our different native peoples in. And yet the people who came saying, no, they are the ones that are believing in the real God, destroyed our relationship with those places by removing us, by taking away those stories, by taking away those songs and those ceremonies, and the very foundation of what it meant to follow God here already. And so we were very close. And as my adopted Kiowa mother used to say, when the missionaries came, we were very close to the message. We only didn't understand how much God loved us because we didn't know the story of Jesus. If we look at Acts 17, Paul is at, in Athens on Mars Hill. And Mars Hill is a place where people sort of come with different ideas and discuss them, right? Philosophical ideas, religious ideas. To back up just a bit and say, about understanding what God's doing in that culture, Paul quotes Epimenides, one of the Greek philosophers, poets. And he begins to sort of like, he knows their stuff, right? So this is not a lazy guy. This is a guy who understands the people he's talking to and sort of their worldview and their culture. So he says, hey, there's this one God, to the unknown, he's the unknown God. And the idea is that sort of the idea of a sort of this amorphous, less tangible God, force, if you will. And they made an altar to this unknown God. And Paul just simply said, let me explain who this unknown God is. And so he does. And some believed and some didn't. And, some said, let me think about this, and we'll hear about it more later. But the idea is that you don't have to basically say everything foreign to your culture is evil. When we dehumanize people in this way, we really can end up justifying doing whatever we want to